Alright, we're back. Another episode. Playing Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Keep the win streak going. Let's go hit random again. Why not? Just took a short break, get some more water, let the room cool off a little bit. It's getting kind of warm. Lazarus again? Really? Okay. Sick. Tears upgrade, first thing. You love to see it. Has he always been this blue? He looks kind of blue. I don't know if that's just in my head or what. Excuse me. Being kind of burpy right now. I don't know why. I guess it was probably the Coke Zeros I drank earlier. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I hate... Okay. Fires shooting at me? Really? Come on. Come on, Edmund. That's kind of stupid. You tell me this fire shot right at me. Oh, Mulligan. Is it Mulligan? What's that called? Yeah, the Mulligan. Okay. It's fine. I really just don't want to lose my win streak right now. It was just a Chick-fil-A. I had to say Chick-fil-A. It was really tempting while I was there. I was like, peach milkshake. That sounds delicious. And you know what? It probably would have been. But it also would have been gone by now. So, you know, in this era of my life in which I'm trying to lose weight, unfortunately, something's gotta go. And this time, the peach milkshake took the hit. Honestly, I don't know when the last time I don't know if I've ever had a peach milkshake from Chick-fil-A. But I can tell you, I had a peach. I've been getting peaches. Had a couple the last couple days. Delicious. Gotta let them ripen first. Once you do, there's nothing better than just like a well-ripe peach. Unfortunately, no bombs, which is very sad, but we'll just have to cope. Hopefully avoid taking any red heart damage. Devil deal. Maybe, you know what? Maybe this will be an angel run. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't really matter. Because I do kind of, if you want to unlock all the paths, obviously sometimes you just gotta not take the devil deals. As much as as annoying as that is. But, you know, they got some good angel room items. Sacred Heart. That's about it. But there are some other, I'm pretty sure there's some other ones. I just can't think of them right now, probably. That's probably what it is. Anything? Nothing in there. I'll probably go to Publix after this. I'll do my best not to like. I just watched. Oh, Vicky. I just watched last night. There's a video by Nile. Well, it's by the guy who does Nile Res. He does all the chemistry stuff, and it's on his second channel where it's him making chocolate from cocoa plants, which first off, like, great video. You don't really think about the fact that chocolate comes from a plant, but you know it does. Or at least chocolate doesn't come from a plant. Cocoa comes from a plant, which is then treated in a bunch of different ways, and then you get chocolate, right? And the whole time I was watching it, I just couldn't stop thinking about the fact I haven't eaten. Well, actually, I had chocolate like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, that's what it's like working in an office. People will just bring stuff in sometimes, regardless of how hard you're trying to lose weight or stay in shape. People bringing in donuts and chocolate and whatever else. It's just how it is, unfortunately. I mean, I guess it's better than working at like a pizza chain or something, where you literally have food around you, like really fatty, carb heavy, unhealthy food for like your whole shift. So I guess it could be worse, but I don't know. But yeah, that video, watching it, I was like, I kind of just want to go to the store and buy chocolate, which is not usually something I think. I'm usually pretty good at being very disciplined while I'm at the grocery store, which I think is really the key if you're trying to stay in shape. The guy at the grocery store has to have like good self-control. And it may, you know what? And if that's not you, maybe you gotta get someone else to shop for you. I mean, it's kind of a big ask, right? I mean, it's one thing if it's like your wife or your husband doing the shopping for you. I don't know if like your roommate's gonna, hey, can you do my shopping for me? No, I'm not your maid, dude. You know, I don't know how receptive most people would be to that idea. Probably not very, if I had to guess. Yeah, let's go for Angel. Neither of these are very good items. Yeah, I'll just keep rolling. That's why, you know, it kind of makes me laugh. Like, if I've just been, I think I mentioned this last time, I've been watching the Netflix docuseries Receiver about NFL wide receivers, well, and George Kittle, I guess, and one of them is talking about how he hired a personal chef to help him like eat better. I'm like, yeah, I mean, you gotta keep in mind, this is a guy who makes, you know, millions of dollars a year. Why not spend $50,000 a year on a personal chef? You know what I mean? Like, why the hell not? I would. Even if I wasn't trying to stay in shape, but definitely if I am, hire some dude to like study, to like keep track of how much working out I do, how many calories I'm burning, and what kind of macro goals I'm into. Or maybe he decides what the macro goals based are off my goals, right? And then just cook for me, you know? Like, give me maybe like 10 meals a week, maybe breakfasts. Nah, if I'm hiring a personal cook, he's doing 15 meals a week. I'll take care of myself on the weekends, but you're making my breakfast, lunch, and dinner 3 days a week. Maybe give me a couple snacks to snack on throughout the week. I mean, I guess like you don't have to like eat that healthy, right, all the time. But especially if you actually like burn all of your calories all the time. The real issue is just like people eat like way too much and exercise not nearly enough, right? I think that's most people's main issue. Let's give some better odds. Oh, great, 2.5%. Thanks. You know, I really wish it would be better than that. Whatever. Lil Gertie is a very difficult item to really make use of. Like, I'm trying to get him on the dark one here, but it's not his name. The Cage? What's his name? I don't know. It is just a pain. I don't have the bomb for that. Let's just keep moving. Kind of zoom in for the first couple of floors, but we're getting some good pickups, so not much to complain about here. Just like a pretty strong run. Oh, this has got to be like one of the worst rooms in the game, right? I mean, at least it's not the one with the regular ones that are invincible, but it's still pretty bad. Ooh, what's this? Alright. Sack Heaven. If you know what I mean. Yeah, I think Personal Chef has to be way up there. Like, when it comes to benefits of being rich, Personal Chef is way up there. Personal Driver, I'm not really big on the idea. I kind of like the idea of driving myself. You know, I guess if you're like really busy, and so you you gotta work on during your like 20-minute commute. But like, there's no way that's really worth it, right? How much does it cost to have a personal driver drive you like all the time? I mean, it's got to be expensive, right? I mean, I'm sure the chef is expensive too, but like at least he controls, like he's saving you like hours every week and cooking you like better meals than you could cook yourself. Like, I just imagine, right? Imagine you're able to eat like restaurant quality foods every night. And someone is like they know what you like, they know what you don't like. They're keeping in mind your like caloric limits and goals. That sounds so nice. And also kind of makes me a little bit sad that I doubt I'll ever be able to afford a personal chef, but that's okay. It's just one of those things I think you just have to accept and live with. Although if you have a personal chef and you have kids, like, how close are you to just having a nanny too, right? I mean, how much work could it possibly be to raise a child? You know, why not cook a couple dishes while you're at it? Moms do it all the time. Mini mush? Okay. Sure. I didn't know Mini Mush got rid of your range. What is this again? Oh yeah, this Holy Light. Yeah, doesn't hurt anything. Are You a Wizard does in fact hurt some things. I don't know how that guy got to me so quick. The answer is probably mostly poor play, but I forgot, man. How long does Are You a Wizard last? Because it is answer too long. Okay. That is how long it lasts. Too damn long. Here we go. What we got? Oh great, Judas down. Ooh. Almost walked right into that. That would have been very cool. Oh, who we got? Gertie. Okay. No. Tower card? You know, Ball of Slime, underrated item, I think. I think it's very easy when you're playing the game to get Ball of Slime, or Ball of Tar, that is what it is. Sick. And I have bombs. Okay. Let's go. I mean, it gave me like the one item that's good in terms of like damage from a devil or an angel room. It's pretty good. But yeah, Ball of Tar, probably better than I give it credit for. Not to be confused with Boletaria, as in the Demon Souls games. I've actually never finished. I haven't played much of the Demon Souls games. I think I've played like a couple of levels. Kind of weird. It's a little bit. It's very similar to Dark Souls, obviously, but it's different enough that the fact that it's split up into like worlds and like disconnected areas is very strange compared to like if all you've ever played is the first couple Dark Souls games. But supposedly it's very good, and I've played a little bit of it, you know. I should probably finish it. It's one of those things. Like, I'm sure if I was better at it, I would enjoy it a lot more. I don't have to fight this dude. What am I sitting here for? Oh, this is so nice. The homing tiers too. Sacred Heart is a real beauty. Ooh, Super Lust. What do you drop? I can't remember. Oh, Yum Heart. I mean, I guess I'll take it, but I'm not happy about it. I do listen to a lot of podcasts. I think I have a couple of favorites. I think I mentioned this before. I have a couple of favorites. listen to the Waveform podcast, listen to a lot of Relay FM, listen to I used to listen to the Around the NFL podcast, which does no longer exists. And I also recently listened to all of the It's Always Sunny podcast, which is, if you don't know, it's about the TV show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is, first off, a very good show, but also the podcast is a lot of fun because it's not just like some guys talking about it. It's the actual writers and creators of the show talking about it. Yeah, I guess I'll take a Rosary Bead just to make sure I get the... Maybe I'll fight Mega Satan. It's kind of looking that way. What you got? I guess we'll just keep going with this. Donate a little bit. I didn't realize it gave you Angel Chance. It's good. I didn't know that. Still looking for the treasure room. It's not here. But yeah, made by this. It's run by the guys, or it was run by the guys who did Always Sunny Pod, or the show. Like, characters being Dennis, Rob, and no, Rob is the actor. Dennis, Mac, and Charlie. Great show. Really funny guys. But for whatever reason, there was a certain point where they just stopped making them. And I've looked, because I use Reddit quite a bit, and of course, everything on your phone is basically everything else you do on your phone, right? So the Reddit app knew I listened to this podcast. Hold on, sorry, I gotta readjust on my chair. And so it was recommending the oh, that was stupid. It was recommending their subreddit to me for the show, and someone was like, oh, I think it was like one of the mods, so like someone who doesn't have anything to do with the making of the show, was like, hey, is there anything I can do to improve the subreddit? And someone's like, nah, just all we really want is more episodes of the show. Oh, this is a tough one. I mean, you gotta go Holy Mantle, right? Not that tough. Yeah, I think I heard supposedly it was because of the writer's strike, but like the writer's strike at this point ended like most of a year ago. So, you know, where are the new episodes at? Kind of makes you wonder. I don't know. Having a podcast seems... Ooh, wow, that was tight. A podcast where you actually, like, playing it out. Like, if you ever listen to Hardcore History podcasts, which I mentioned before, those take some real work. I mean, what you got? I guess I'll take a little bit of free money. But those takes real work. I mean, like, you know, it's pretty evident in the show itself. There's research and writing, and I'm sure like 3 or 4 stages of editing, and then you got to record it, then you got to edit it. I mean, I think the show does everything like really well. The presenter, Dan Carlin, unrelated to George Carlin, as far as I'm aware. Maybe they are related. Who knows? I don't think they are, though. He does a really good job, though. What we got here? Head of the Keeper. Okay. I can't remember the way compost works, but unfortunately I think I need Crystal Ball to keep going here. Let's just keep moving. I don't think I've ever, like, monetarily supported, like, a podcast. Even though I listen to a ton of them. I mean, but the whole point is, like, most of them are supported by, like, ads. So I don't feel that bad about it, right? Because just by listening, you're supporting the show, right? Because their viewer numbers are what fuel their ad revenue. But... I mean, some of these shows, like, especially Hardcore History, like, the amount of production value that goes into them is pretty crazy. I don't know if I'm a big fan of camo indies. The fact that I can't see shit is kind of annoying about where I'm located. Also, I just get a free black card out of there? Let's go. Jeez, there is something in my eye, and it is driving me crazy right now. Oh my god. Ugh, my eye. I mean, I wear contacts. I'm not... getting stuff in my eye, it's just kind of part of the territory, right? It also means, like, you don't really have to worry as much, I guess, about stuff getting stuck in your eye, because you got, like, a little layer of protection, but it's still a pain in the ass to get stuff stuck in your eye. Usually an eyelash. My dad has this weird thing. Like, he has, like, one eyelash. I'm sure this happens to a lot of people. But, like, he has, like, one eyelash, which is just, like, so much longer than the rest of his eyelashes. It's just bizarre. Holy Grail's Flight, right? Yeah, I'll take that then, I guess. What you got for me here? Sure, I'll take Punching Bag. Wait, have I already done? I already did Boss Rush. I don't need to do this. But it's too late now. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, oh yeah, I haven't done Boss Rush yet as Lazarus. I think I literally just did Boss Rush. Boss Rush as Lazarus. Man, there's a freaking tongue twister for you right there. Say that 20 times fast. I don't think there's many things which hurt me like more than like when like someone's presenting something and they say something like that and then they actually stop and like say whatever 5 times fast. Like, we get the point. just stop, you know? I kind of sympathize too because, you know, I'm a business student, and so as part of that you have to spend classes presenting in front of people, and if you don't do a very good job like pre-scripting your presentations, it's very easy for you to get sort of lost in the weeds. I mean, it's not really happened to me because, I mean, generally you're not speaking for super long, right? I mean, the longest presentations you do are going to be like 15 minutes total, split between like 5 people. So really you should only be speaking for like, you know, maybe a minute max, unless of course the rest of your group members don't do much of the work, which would never actually happen, of course. But theoretically, if that occurred, you could end up speaking for more than that. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that, in a very long and rambly way, is that some people just are, you know, really long and rambly, and they should really do something about that. You know what I mean? Alright, adversary's done. Holy Light, another underrated item, I think, in this whole collection. It's really nice. It's just like every couple shots you get one shot that just demolishes your enemy. I really hope when I go to the store they got Nature Valley bars on sale. Cause, you know, I'm not big on things which are individually wrapped in plastic. You know, it bugs me for a number of reasons. Obviously there's the environmental reason of, you know, plastic and landfills and whatnot, but like, it's also just really annoying to have to deal with that much garbage, you know? I mean, I guess it wouldn't bother me nearly as much as if they just, I don't know, wrap them in cardboard. I guess I don't know if that's really feasible, but if they did, I don't know. I guess I'd like it more. So they should. Oh, really? Fucking. Oh, well, there goes that one again. Stupid spiders hanging out right in the middle of a bunch of gunk on the floor. Just like a real spider, really, when you think about it. I guess it's accurate. I love Punching Bag sometimes. Just the way enemies like to gang up on him in the corner. Kind of reminds me of the scene from Arrested Development where all the cops have the puppet Franklin in a car, and they're all got their guns drawn. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure you find it very entertaining. Arrested Development's one of those shows, I don't know why it took me so long to watch it. Like, I've you know, it's been on Netflix for, like, forever, right? But for some reason, I was just so resistant. I was like, yeah, I know it gets recommended to me, like, every time I open the app. But I'm just not going to watch it because I'm stubborn. And you know what? I did eventually watch it, so I guess it's not that big a deal, but should have watched it sooner. It's a really good show. Highly recommend. Alright, let's get moving. It is really warm in here for some reason. You would think the AC in my house is not functioning, but I have every reason to believe it is. So, whatever. Let's hope. Actually, the Joker card's really good because now I realize I don't have to just hope that I get an angel deal. Well, I do kind of have to hope I get an angel deal on the next floor, but at least this way, the deal chance won't matter. I can just go whether or not I get the deal, as long as I get an angel deal, which I would be kind of upset if I still managed to get a devil deal, even with an 85% chance. And the whole rosary bead situation, but it is what it is. What you got? Wheel of Fortune? No thanks. Ooh, tinted. Wow, this is... Oh yeah, it's an XL floor. Forgot about that. I was looking at that. I was like, man, this floor is huge. That would be why. You know, a movie that I've watched probably a million times, but I haven't watched in a while, is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Obviously, you know, classic movie. Who's not familiar with Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Because I remember my family to have a Honda Odyssey, which had the classic minivan feature of having the little DVD player in it, so you could get your kids to stop bothering you for, you know, your attention. Instead, you could just make them watch, you know, Willy Wonka or something. Mom, can you talk to me? Go watch Willy Wonka, Billy. Mom doesn't feel like talking to you right now. She's too busy drinking and driving. Why? How did I end up there? Don't ask me. It's not like an insight into my childhood or something. It just came to, and as I was saying it, I was like, what is this even supposed to mean? Ooh, Magdalene. You know, it's always weird to me, the fact that they have so many items that just don't tell you one of their the effects they have. Like in this case, stem cells just doesn't tell you that it does, it increases your shot speed. I mean, it's not by a ton, it's just by a little bit, but it's just strange. Alright, angel deal. Let's go. Heart? Eh. First Isaac fight, baby. Let's go. First of many. Yeah. Yeah, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a classic, but I'm sure everyone knows that. Breakfast Club, another 80s classic. Were they both I don't think, is Ferris Bueller's Day Off John Hughes? I can't remember. I think it is. I could be wrong about that though. It's one of those directors, like, you hear a lot about for like a couple of movies. And he's got a very like specific feel, you know? 16 Candles, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I think. But actually, the more that I think about it, the more I think I might be wrong. You know, very 80s, coming of age, teenager sort of stuff. The 80s, back when everything was just great. And companies lied on their financial reports. And everyone just invested in them and made money anyways, so was anyone really hurt? I mean, yeah, they were, but, you know, the markets didn't really crash. Well, I think they did crash a couple times. Like, what's the time that it happened at the beginning of Wolf of Wall Street? It's like 1987 or something. I don't know. I wasn't alive. I'll tell you someone else who makes really good videos. If you care at all about finance or accounting or economics or even like physics too, he does stuff on is, you know, it feels strange as me as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about the fact that like my best video has like 40 views, but I'll say it anyways. I'll shout out a YouTuber who makes like actual content. Is what's his face? Bobby Broccoli. His series on Naruto is very good. I feel like it's funny too, because like as someone who has studied accounting for like 4 or 5 years now, the fact that like I'll just like watch a random YouTube video and like the things I actually know come up is kind of funny. Like GAAP and revenue recognition, things like that. More complicated stuff I don't bother remembering. Although I'm about to have to remember all that shit. Oh, there you go again. Yay, CPA exam. I still can't believe how much people, like, everyone recommends you. I get that it's a hard test. Don't get me wrong. I understand it's a hard test. Probably harder than any, like, finals or whatever I've had to take. But, like, people are recommending you study for, like, basically, like, hundreds of hours for each individual section, and it's not new material. It's material that you've been learning in basically all of your classes to this point, so it's not new, or at least it shouldn't be if you've been like paying attention at all. But I think that's part of it, is people they treat you like you don't know anything, that way you pass. But great run, we lived. That's really all you can ask for. So thank you for watching, and we'll keep the streak rolling in the next one, hopefully. See ya.